of the 10K that go work for you, go compound for you, you only paid 6K. So with a perfect pension plan, when you implement that strategy, you will have hundreds of thousands of euros just from the tax advantage.
Considering there are many ways to plan your own retirement, is there something like the perfect pension plan?
So the perfect pension plan is kind of a topic that I invented, so to say, and it's not actually a pension plan, it's more a system, right? And the perfect pension plan basically ensures that you have a stable pension when you retire, a stable source of income, and on top you have savings that you can do whatever you want with, and you're flexible with. And the good part is, for the second part, for the savings, the government has paid in full. So with a perfect pension plan, when you implement that strategy, you will have hundreds of thousands of euros, depending on your contribution, of course, right? But you have a lot of money when you retire just from the tax advantage.
Okay.
Right? How it works?
So really, the government really pays you for saving.
Yeah. So how it works? You determine what you want to put aside, and very important, this only works when you have a high salary, right? This works when you have a salary above 60K, right? As a single, and as a married couple above 120, right? Then this system works. There are other systems for lower incomes, right? But how the system works is you determine how much money you want to put aside a month, and you put that into a base pension plan. The base pension plan works in a way that you contribute the money, and then later you get a stable, a lifelong pension that cannot decrease or run out. That's your stable income, right? And let's say you put 10K in it a year, right? So it's 800 a month approximately. This contribution you can deduct from your income tax. Okay. So now, of the 10K that you invested, you get 4K to 4.5K, depending on your tax rate, back from the government, right? So of the 10K that go work for you, go compound for you, you only paid 6K, basically. Now, the perfect pension plan implements that the money that you get back from the taxes, you put that then into a flexible investment. So that can be a flexible pension plan, it can be a broker account, right? And then this money compounds for you, and you can access it when you retire. Okay. And just imagine like putting 4K every year into this pension plan, you will have a huge sum when you retire of flexible savings. And this flexible savings is just from government benefits, right? So you have paid it in full by tax saving.
Okay, so, that sounds pretty unfair for lower income people. But it sounds nice for people with high salary, and maybe it's connected with our next question, because the German tax system is very complicated, and it's worldwide known for the most complicated tax system. What is your opinion about that topic? And then after that we will or we can talk about the base pension you already mentioned, because I think, as I understand it, you can use this bad and complex system for your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So to your question, also to your last point, isn't it a little unfair, right? And you have to know how the German how the German tax system works. You have a progressive system, it is called. So that means for lower incomes, you pay practically no tax or very little tax. So for the first 10K you make, you pay zero income tax, right? And then the more you make, the more your tax rate rises. And this goes until 62K at the moment, right? And then it stays at 42%. And then with 250K, it goes to 45%. Right? Then you have the Solidaritätszuschlag, and if you're in a church, you also pay a little bit more. But let's say you pay 40% plus for incomes over 62K, right? So that means that individuals with a high income pay way more taxes than individuals with low income. And not more taxes in absolute numbers, but also percentage-wise.
Okay.
So when you contribute more to society, you also have to give more
Yes.
more back basically. So you can discuss it if it's fair or not, but basically the people that are backbone of our society are the high earners, and yeah, so they pay the huge majority of the tax. So I think it's like the top 10% pay 90% of the taxes, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so you could argue that it's unfair one way or the other. Yeah, and maybe to the next question that implies, yes, when you have a high income, that sucks, right? The tax burden sucks. You just have to say it. Yeah, but
So you think the taxes for especially employees, because if you're self-employed, you can do things otherwise. But for mostly for employees, the taxes are too high.
Yeah, definitely is, in my opinion, is absurdly high, because half of what you make either way goes to the government. And I have nothing against contributing to society, and I'm a very big believer in that concept also.
Yes.
But the tax burden is just immensely high, right? On the other hand, as you said, okay, that's also the reason why this retirement planning concept works, because you pay so much taxes, right?
And you can use them.
Exactly. So on the one hand, yes, for high incomes you pay high taxes, but everything that you are able to deduct, you get a huge tax rate back, right? So that's the one advantage, so to say, of having a high tax burden. And that's exactly what we use in the pension planning.
So you can say, if people are coming to you or your clients, they don't only get just a basic private pension. You also considering taxes and how much they pay, and you talk about them even if you are not a tax lawyer or tax broker. You talk about these topics as well with them. Yeah,
because that's one of the most relevant topics in the consulting, right? Of course, the investment, of course, the plans, but then also how does your individual situation look, and how does that affect your tax burden? Can we lower your tax burden? These are the most important questions, right? Yes. And we work very close with our tax consultants also. Yeah, and then that's a huge part of the consulting, definitely. We're not tax advisors, but we know how the German tax system works and how you can use it to your advantage regarding the pension system, right? Okay. Of course, there are tons of other ways you can use that you can deduct from your income, but we do it regarding the pension plans. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So maybe I just need to book a consultation with you because I also pay high taxes.